Numbers. Numbers, both small and large, are important. We need numbers for phone numbers, addresses, and to express the prices of goods. Since inflation is such an issue in many foreign countries, it is good to know large numbers. It is common for a soda in some countries to cost 600 to 1,000 of their monetary unit. Some countries use bolívares, soles, pesos, and colones, among others. An interesting thing about numbers is that where we use the decimal, they use the comma, and where we use the comma, they use the decimal. So $1,999.98 is written like this in English, and in Spanish, it is like this. The numbers 0 through 30 are the following: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Alright, some of our larger numbers, counting by tens or hundreds, are the following: 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 101. So when you're counting, the word 100 is 100. But once you move beyond 100 to 101, we no longer say 100, but rather ciento. So 101, 102, 103, etc. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1000. Notice that 200 through 900 have a feminine masculine option. If you happen to be counting something that is masculine, then you'll use the masculine form. So, with 200 you would say 200. If you're counting something that is feminine, then you would use the feminine form, 200. So, 200 little boys, 200 niños. 200 girls, 200 niñas. Alright, moving along. 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000. So notice that when counting with 1,000, you simply say the number followed by the word mil, and it means that many thousand. Moving on to bigger numbers: 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, 900,000. Notice that with 200 through 900,000, we also have the masculine-feminine option. If you are not using any number in the hundreds column, for example, if you are just using the number 200,000, not any more, not any less, but 200,000 of a particular item, then you have the masculine-feminine option again. But if you were to have 200,000, 200, then the masculine-feminine option would be over the hundreds column instead of the hundred thousands column. We'll practice that in class to clarify. Moving on to 1 million, we would say un millón de. Counting from there, we would say 2 millones de, 3 millones de, 4 millones de, and 5 millones de, and continue counting from there. Notice that with the millions, we use the word un to express 1,000,000. Notice that with 1,000, we simply say 1000. So that's a difference between millions and thousands. Also, with millions, we use de after it. So if I had 1,000,000 people, I would say 1,000,000 de personas. To write large, complex numbers, such as 960,542, we take it one piece at a time. In this instance, we first express 960, and then we say 1,000. We finish the number by expressing 542, and it looks like this. You'll notice 960 is 960. We simply insert the word 1000 for 1,000, then we finish up the number with 542. We follow this pattern by breaking up the number with all of the numbers, with all of the large numbers, that is. So, some examples. Notice that the hundreds match in number and gender if they describe something. So, as was mentioned, 400 chairs, or sillas, would be 400 sillas. Another rule is that the number 1 will get shortened to un from uno when it describes a masculine noun. So, if we have one man, we say un hombre. If we have one woman, it will not get shortened, it stays una. So we would say una mujer. And this goes on for anything that uses 1. So 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, and 91 will all take into consideration this shortening of the masculine number 1. Okay? So if I were to say 21 men, or in this case, in the example here, 31 men would be 31 hombres. 31 women, however, would be 31 mujeres. Alright, something else interesting with dates, such as years, as in 1952, for example. In English, we say 1952. We break it up into sets of 2. In Spanish, it's really common to keep it as thousands. So instead of saying 1952, you would say 1952, which is 1952. 2014, 2014. Another example, 123,123,000. And then a complex number, 276,951, 276,951. So those are some of our large numbers. Study those closely, practice them, and that's it.